Only the greatest boxers have bestowed upon them the term pound for pound. To explain what that means, here's Matt Russell and boxing commentator Paul Upham with Paul's top 5 pound for pound fighters of the modern era.
Hello, Matt Russell, alongside Fox Sports boxing commentator Paul Upham, and we are in front of the glare of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, who face each other in Las Vegas on Sunday, where they'll split a purse worth more than $200 million in the so-called fight of the century. What money won't buy them is a place in the sport's history and the greatest title in boxing, Paul, pound for pound. In the modern era, and I want to underline that is after 1980. Now, pound for pound was basically invented for the great Sugar Ray Robinson during the 1940s and 50s, a boxer many regard as the best ever. And then, later, heavyweight legend Muhammad Ali, who held the mantle in the 60s and 70s.
So if we look at from 1980 onwards, the modern era of boxing, we look at the boxing skills. What skills do they bring to the ring? The quality of opposition. It's not just about getting wins, it's about beating the best guys out there. And these days, to get on the pound-for-pound list, you've got to win world titles in multiple weight classes. And we don't penalise fighters outside of their prime. Just like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali lost outside of their prime. Roy Jones Jr., who lost here in Australia to Danny Green, knocked out one round. We don't penalise Roy Jones for that knockout loss. We're looking at their prime of their careers. OK, so we don't penalise him for that. It is time to get into your top 5 pound for pound of the modern era. First up, Sugar, Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, the fastest fighter I ever saw in covering the sport. Tremendous hand speed, won world titles in 3 weight classes, had some fantastic wins over his career, 2 notable wins over his fella future Hall of Fame great Oscar De La Hoya, which gets him on this list. OK, next up, one of the boxers who is involved on Sunday, Mr Manny. Manny Pacquiao has already set boxing history, the only 8-division world champion. He's moved up from flyweight through the weight classes. He's had so many great wins over so many years. He's fought all the great fighters out there. And one of his best wins in the past was against that golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya. He showed all of his fantastic hand speed and his foot movement. And that was probably Manny Pacquiao's signature performance so far. From the Pac-Man in number 4 to his opponent on Sunday, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. He's won world titles in 5 weight classes as he's moved up in weight. He's undefeated, 47 wins, no losses, prides himself on that undefeated record. He's had so many great fights and great wins, beat all the names out there. And probably memorably, he beat Ricky Hatton, who was coming off that great win off our own Costa Zoo. And that was probably one of Floyd Mayweather's best performances against the Hitman.
Hatton sticking to his test, but gets drilled. Really brings it home, doesn't it? 47 fights, unbeaten. Coming in at number 2 is the great Roy Jones Jr. You've mentioned him. Roy Jones Jr., the first man in 106 years to win a middleweight world title and move up in weight to heavyweight. He won world titles in 4 weight classes and beat the WBA heavyweight champion John Ruiz, and a fantastic combination of skills and speed, and that gets him on our number 2 ranking on this list. Only one position left. Numero uno in pound-for-pound pugilists is as sweet as Sugar Ray Leonard. Unbelievable 20-year career. Actually had 3 retirements and 3 comebacks, but he won world titles in 5 weight classes. He beat fellow Hall of Famers Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns and Wilfredo Benitez. And, of course, he came back after a 3-year retirement because of an eye injury to dethrone the number 1 pound-for-pound king and the undisputed middleweight champion, marvellous Marvin Hagler, in that fantastic April 1987 fight. Sugar Ray Leonard, over 20 years, he not only won world titles, but he beat the best guys out there, and that's what it's about, winning fights against the fellow greats. Paul, let's recap your top 5. Pound for pound, 1980 to current day, number 1, Sugar Ray Leonard. Behind him, Roy Jones Jr. And then Sunday's 2 combatants in 3 and 4, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Sugar Shane Mosley, rounding out the 5, and it is some sort of 5. Look, the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather will move on this list because they are now fighting their rivals, number 1 versus number 2, and the winner's probably going to move up, maybe up ahead of Roy Jones Jr. It's such a significant fight. OK, do you agree with Paul's top 5? Tweet us your own modern era top 5 pound for pound with the hashtag FSN Boxing, plus the boxer's name, to Fox Sports News. You can watch the Mayweather-Pacquiao super fight on Sunday. It's May 3, of course, live from 11 a.m. Eastern on Main Event pay-per-view. I want you to give us one more name before we go, Paul, and that is your winner on Sunday.
Look, it's a big week of boxing, our biggest week in a long time. And if I had to bet my red dancing shoes, I'm probably going to stick with Floyd Mayweather. I give Manny Pacquiao huge chance to win. That's what makes it such a great fight, because either guy can win. But I'm just leaning towards the undefeated Floyd Mayweather on points. But I think it's going to be a great fight, and you don't want to miss it on Main Event.
Paul's pick, Mayweather. And for his sake, let's hope it is so, because he needs the money.
Get your dancing shoes on. Up next, we're going to hear from Mick Malthouse ahead of this record-breaking appearance against Collingwood.